Daily Broadside day 769. You know, for all the intelligence that supposedly Ben Kenobi's supposed to have, Obi-Wan, Ben Kenobi, whatever the hell his name is. You know, that first movie there, the 77 Star Wars. And they're sitting at the table, and Mos Eisley, however it's pronounced, and they're bartering with Han Solo to get the Millennium Falcon, which doesn't look like it would be fast at all. Like it looks like, you know, a Saturn Ion would outrun the Millennium Falcon the way it's shaped. It's not really built for speed, you know. And I don't know why you'd have a cargo ship built for speed anyway. It seems like, I mean, you don't see a lot of barges that outrun yachts and, you know, speedboats. Like, the smaller the item, usually the quicker, a more nimble, agile thing. Maybe it's different in space. I don't know. But nevertheless, they're sitting at a table, and he's like, Han's like, that'll be 50. You know, what does he say? He's like, what kind of cargo do you have? He's like, it's me, the boy. First of all, if I was Luke, I'd have been like, bitch, I'm 26. You know, I'm not a boy. You know, I don't know how old Luke was supposed to be, but this old codger ain't calling me a boy. I know that much for damn straight. You can use that force all you want, old man. You're going to find a lightsaber shoved up. Anyway, and then the two droids, right? And no questions asked. And what does Han do? Immediately ask the question. A little local trouble? He's like, and Ben, of course, should have been like, what'd I say? I said no questions asked. That was a pregunta, all right? So no questions, all right? And then he says, it'll be $10,000. To which Ben then says, we can give you $2,000 right now. And where's he got this money? Has he got it in his robe? They didn't have wallets back then. Why has he got $2,000 on him? Man's like a hermit living out in the desert of Tatooine. But he says, we'll give you $2,000 now and $15,000 when we get to Alderaan, right? That's the worst bartering ever. Like, he had you at $10,000, which might have been a lot of money, but you just upped it to $17,000, moron. Like, why would you just give somebody $7,000? Maybe Obi-Wan has got a little more money than we first thought. All I'm saying is it's a dumb movie altogether, and I just want to fight George Lucas. Just me and him, you know, no holds barred, catch weight. There's so many people I want to fight, and George Lucas is one of them. Anyway, y'all got to stop lighting up your cars with Christmas lights. This is the stupidest trend I've ever seen. First of all, I've seen it on some like fairly nice cars, like newer, nice paint, still got the clear coat, that kind of thing. All that tape and, you know, minute amounts of rubbing, your car paint is going to look like dog shit in like January 3rd when you take all that crap off. Then you have residue. I don't even know what kind of tape they're using. If it's masking tape, it's not going to stay on. If it's duct tape, you're never going to get all that crap off. Like, I don't know what they're doing, but I rode by one the other day, and it was like a couple miles up the road, and it's just this glowing, you know, beacon in the distance, and I'm like, what in the hell is that? Glowing orb up there, and I get up there, and this dude, it's like it lights up his entire inside of his car too somehow. And I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, I can see you doing that for like a car show, or like, you know, if you want to do a cruise in at the mall or something. But to ride around for an entire 5 or 6 week period with your car just lit up with LEDs on every square inch of it, I don't understand the point of it, and I don't suppose that I ever will. You know, the standard bearer for lumber, not lumber, but plywood is, I guess plywood is technically part of lumber. The umbrella, the auspices of it, whatever. I think we should get rid of 4x8 and not let that be the standard. I can lift 4x8 sheets of plywood all day long. Do I want to? I do not. If you've ever lifted like a pressure treated, or a 3/4 inch piece of plywood by yourself, it sucks. It just sucks. And it's difficult getting it through doorways, and it doesn't fit in all vehicles. You know, not everybody has an 8-foot bed, you know, that kind of thing. This van is 9 feet, so I can fit it back there all the time, but it's still, there's other stuff back there you got to move around. I say we just back up and go to 3x6. 3x6 would be so much more enjoyable. And really, the time that you would save on your back and strain and moving it all, if you were sheathing a roof or something, or, you know, flooring or something like that, it's really not that big a difference. You know, you're losing a foot in each direction. Or my math is off. You're losing a foot in one direction and 2 feet in the other direction. But still, I mean, you'd be throwing those things around. And there is an art to moving plywood. You know, you can flip them and move them and let the air go under and move them sideways. But still, when it's time to pick one up and carry it up a set of steps, or, you know, if you're doing something at your house and you need something like that, not to mention, It'd just be less cumbersome to cut, you know, if you got them on saw dogs or whatever. I'm just saying 3x6 would just be a lot better. Explain to me why it wouldn't be. That's all I'm saying, you know. And the other thing I don't like, you know, I don't like reading. I don't like it when things say patent pending, okay? But I especially don't like it when it says patent pending on a ladder, okay? I think that we've had ladders long enough that everything should be patent approved, okay? Everything that you've got in the technology of your ladder should already be approved before you put that sumbitch on the market, okay? I don't need to find out if this new gadget you've got is going to work while I'm, you know, 26 feet up in the air. That's what I'm saying, okay? So let's get all the patents approved, and then we'll go forward. Patent approved, patent pending is fine on a set of shoes where you've got some new technology in your sole and you're like, oh, this is kind of cool. On a ladder, not so much. And what, may I ask, are the best V8s on planet Earth? It's Ford all day. It's Ford, okay? The 32 valve 4.6 and 5.4, whether supercharged or not, i.e. Terminator Cobra 0304, 0506 Ford GT, the greatest car ever made. They're just trumpets from heaven. There's just no better sound, you know, I would say, than FE 427 side oiler from an AC Cobra. You know, the 289s, the 302s, the 50s, the new 50s, the Voodoos. Everything that Ford makes is better sounding than every other car on planet Earth. But the best one is the modular 4.6 and 5.4. Fight me.